All right, so we are live. I just got to get this out to my following and then I'll get started topic. There's actually a ton of stuff that I want to talk about today because I've been working on so much. Like basically like all day today I've just been like putting together these different projects that I'm working on. And like that's really what I want to get into with this video is just like some of the stuff that I've been working on. But I'm going to go send this out to like the people that follow me, and then like we'll just get started talking about everything. But I think if you read my blog today, what one thing that I'm working on and like trying to get out there is that I thought it would be fun to. So with like a lot of the work that I've been doing, if you've been following, I've been doing business development work where I take small businesses, I get all their products. Oh, I need to tweet this link. I always get distracted. But like I get all these products and I start sending them out. And the goal with that is to get all these small businesses a bunch of different customers and then like kind of like expanding on that and get a percentage of all those new sales. All right, I'm going to tell my following that I'm live. I'm live. Did I copy the link? Yes. But like it's really fun to do because I love marketing. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. But what I don't really enjoy doing is manufacturing and stuff of that nature where it's like by doing the business development work I'm doing where I just take other people's products and services and I go out and I like find their target market. I build upon what they are already doing, where they have like their product and service, and all I do is like I give them customers, and that is something that I consider to be very fun to do because I get to focus on what I enjoy. They get to focus on what they're doing, and it's really like a win-win situation for everyone. But I wanted to also start doing something of my own. Like, I've been working with a bunch of different small businesses. I wanted to have my own kind of business out there, like under the CWT brand. So, I mean, there's a bunch of different things that I've done. Like, I created the store for business, which is all business products, but that's more of just like sponsorships and everything with, my blog and like different content where it's like, I put it on that and I get money from doing so. But it's not like an own business that I have because the store for business is completely dependent on my content doing well. Like I wanted something completely separate. So one thing that I did is that this was a while ago. Well, not a while ago. This back in December, I made a clothing brand, and I put it out there. Like I did a lot of different marketing work for it. Like the whole month of December, I basically did this like a week before Christmas, and I put a lot of work into making a Christmas promotion and getting the brand out there. And I would say the brand was a success from like my point of view, where it's like I was happy with what I did, but I didn't really do anything else with it after. Like once like I finished that promotion, I kind of started working on some other things, and I really just kind of left it at that. But yesterday, I'm trying to think of like different stuff to do with CWT business development because now I'm working with different small businesses, but I thought it would be cool to do something on my own. And I'm trying to like think of different things. And I had the idea of like, what if I, brought that back? What if I started doing the clothing brand again? And I thought that was really interesting because, it's something I hadn't really considered in a while. But, doing like going back into clothing, trying to get like an established clothing brand could be a way to make some money. And also, I think it would be cool to like, try to do so. Like one thing that I feel like I struggle with is that like I'm good at like researching and like finding ways to get, different like things out there to like a large number of people. But what I'm bad at, and this is something that has like hurt me a lot, is I'm really bad at designing. And I don't really know why, because like, a lot of like my friends and like my sister actually is like amazing at it, but I'm really not good at designing. And like that's something that's evident by, my different like Instagram like posts and everything that I've made, is that I wouldn't say they're bad, but like you can tell design is not really my best skill. So when I had the idea to make a clothing brand, it was like, all right, I would love to make a high quality brand that people will love and that people will want to buy, because there's a lot of like different like people where I see that they made a clothing brand, but really the only people that would ever buy that brand are people that just like the person. And that's something that like I see quite a bit. Well, I didn't want it to be like that. I don't want people to buy the clothes that I sell just because they like me. I want them to buy it because they like the clothes. And that, I think that was really like a big difference. So it's like I went out there. It's like I did like the best I could to like do some designs. I had other people help me with designs, and I made an actual brand. And I don't know. I'm really excited to like do some work with that. I don't really know like exactly how I plan to use it, but I do know that like on the CWT business development, like social media pages, and I'm probably going to add it to my affiliate store, the CWT store as well. But I'm really just going to try to get the brand out there more, like work on it just like what any other small business. But the only difference is that this is actually a business that I own and not just a business I'm doing marketing for that someone else's owns. And I'm excited for that because like with the work I do with small businesses, some of it is just like paid, right? Where they pay me a certain amount of money to do a certain amount of work. And then other is affiliate marketing where I only make money if I sell their product, which makes me have to do a lot of work. But it's like I do all that, but it's kind of different in this case because like I have to sell the product that I own, that I have to get that out there. And it's really just going to be exciting to see, how that goes because I've always said, like when I first made CWT business development, it was always about, obviously I want to keep working with small businesses. I want to like keep doing that forever. Like it'll always be about that. But I also want to like develop different businesses and products of my own. And I have a lot of plans for this. This is not just like, like a few months plan. This is like a 10-year plan, not like a 10-year plan like exactly, but it's like I have huge goals with what I want to do with this. So clothing brand was always one where I've always wanted to start a clothing brand. And I've also always wanted to start like a soda company or something like that. That's something that's going to have to be like a long time away. Like I'm talking like years, like beyond this date is when that'll happen. But I've always wanted to do like a soda company and also put under CWT business development. Like basically, I want CWT business development to be a company that is selling the best of the best, whether that be something I own or something someone else's owns. I want CWT business development to be the place that people go to find the greatest products slash services on the market. And I believe slowly but surely we're becoming that. What I mean by that is I feel like the CWT store, which is owned by CWT Business Development, I feel like that's something that is offering some of the best products on the market. The only problem is like getting people to realize that, and getting people to realize there's something out there where if they go to it, they'll find stuff they absolutely love. So when it comes to that and my goals, I want to keep developing products and then adding them to the work that I'm doing if they are truly what I like think of as the best, which puts it really difficult because like with this clothing brand that I'm doing, like obviously clothing is something that I would need on the CWT store. Like I want people to be able to go there and like find, different like clothes to wear. But, I want them to find the best clothing on the market because I strive with everything that I do to be like the absolute best. And I'm trying to find the best products on the market. So when it comes to the CWT store and it comes to like, the clothing brand that I'm starting, I only want to put it on there if it actually is the best. So that puts me in a position where I have to make sure I'm not being biased. Because essentially the last thing I want to do is put my clothing brand on my website and it actually not be the best, like not be something that people want, and then I don't want my company to get a bad reputation. So really with that, like I'm trying to make sure that everything stays perfect, and it's honestly just like super exciting work. But another thing that I'm working on, and this is like completely different place because like I have two different like company ideas that I'm doing. CWT business development where I take businesses and develop them into bigger ones, and then CWT media where I create content and sell products through the content. Like they're two distinct things. So that's what I'm working on with CWT business development. But now I want to get into CWT media and what I'm doing there. So the store for business is something that I made, and it's all affiliate. But what it is that when people go to it, they get to see a bunch of different like business themes, like books, clothing, movies. I have affiliate links for a bunch of different investing apps. And also something that I'm working on is I was trying to think of something that I have that's valuable to people interested in business. And one of that is that, with the business development work that I'm doing with, CWT business development, I feel like I have, since I've done so much work in there and I've worked so hard to have the knowledge on there, I feel like I could give people kind of like a digital guide on how to do that, like how to actually, develop, like how to actually like create content and then sell through it, because that's something I've done a lot of. Like if you look at like my blog, you look at my podcast, you look at, to a lesser extent, this channel, like everything that I've done, I've been doing to like develop, like I've been, pushing different like products and services out there. So basically I have been able to sell through my content. That's something that, I do know how to do, and I think that's something very valuable, like especially in like the world we live in right now, where it's like, you ask most like young people what they want to do, and like they say stuff like YouTube or like TikTok or something like that, and it's like a lot of people want to like make a business off of their content. So I thought about doing a digital guide and adding it to the store for business. Probably create a whole new page called like guide or something like that, and basically make a, like a Word document or whatever, called like telling people exactly how to sell through content. And the thing is, like, obviously, like I don't want to act like, I know more than I do, but considering that I have sold, a bunch of stuff through content, I feel like, I have a proven thing that works, and I will be able to like help people do it. So I'm going to create a guide through Teespring. Like I'm partnering up with Teespring, which is also what hosts my clothing brand, fun fact. But it's like I'm partnering up with Teespring. I'm developing the guide through them. I'm probably gonna sell it for around. It's always hard to like find a price point for stuff because I always want to go so cheap because I want as many people as possible to read it. But I'm probably gonna sell it for around $5. So like, you pay $5, you get the digital guide, and I'm gonna add it for the store for business. And I really don't know what my goal really is with this. Like usually when I tack on like a new client or like, I develop like a new affiliate link, I have a goal for how much I plan to sell. But really with this, I have no idea. But what I do know, and really my only goal, is to just get more of a variety of stuff on the store for business. Like with all my content, I think store for business is really going to be huge. I think it's going to make so much revenue, and I think it's really going to be like the ultimate place for people interested in business. And if you haven't checked it out, I'll put it in the chat real quick. And then if you're watching this not live but as a regular video, you can like go to the description and I'll have it there too. But I have to make sure I spell it right. Okay. So really with that is, I got a bunch of different like business, affiliate products. And most of the affiliate products are with Amazon because I'm an Amazon's affiliate program. But, I have that, but I also want like a different variety. Like it can't just be like Amazon stuff. So what I'm doing is, and I'm actually really, really excited, but I'm making this like, digital guide on something that I do know how to do and do have like a certain amount of knowledge on, that I actually do think I can benefit people with. And, I'm putting it out there so like people, they can pay like $5 and they get knowledge that help them like make a ton of money. And I'm not just doing affiliate marketing either. Actually, like when I was like telling, my friends about this, they're like, you can make a bunch of different ones. You can make one for affiliate marketing, one for developing sponsorships. And I could have, but that's not really what I wanted to do. I didn't want to have like a huge list of like different skills and like people look and you have to pay like all this money to learn it all. I really just made like one document and I put everything on there. It's not released yet, so even if you do go to the website, you can't like buy it yet. It'll come soon. But it's like I did all that, and I don't know. I'm really just gonna put everything on the one document because like I do want people to be helped as much as possible. Like it's something that I wish I had when I first had the idea. Because honestly, like ever since I was a kid, like I love doing stuff like this, like YouTube and like blogging. I've created like hundreds, not hundreds. I've created like, probably around like 20 or something websites throughout my time. Most of them like I've, don't do anything with anymore. But it's like I've just always loved creating content so much. And it's like actually having like a detailed guide on how to sell through the content from someone who has made, money actually selling through content, I think is going to be something that actually like benefits people. And I'm really, really excited. That's actually a project that is something I've wanted to do for a long time. But one, I didn't even know I could do it. And two, I really didn't know if I could or if it was even my place because, I don't want to like, be that person. So it's like, I don't know, like I'm just excited to actually go out there and do something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Also, if you haven't noticed since I last went, live, I have a lot less hair than I did. But yeah, I kind of, you know, cut all my hair off. But but no, I'm really just like so excited to release all this stuff that I'm working on, like from the clothing brand that I'm doing for CWT Business Development to the new guide that I'm making on selling through content for CWT Media. I feel like both of these businesses that I'm trying so hard to grow and develop into huge companies. I really am just I can't believe that I'm lucky enough to be in the position that I am, like that I'm in, where I get to do this. Because I really do feel like unbelievably blessed to be in a situation where even if I do fail, which I understand like is possible, that's one thing that I have to keep in my mind, like every time I do anything, is that there is a chance that I feel like when I make this clothing brand, there's a chance I could get out there and I don't sell enough I don't sell the amount that I need to sell. There's a chance this digital guide that no one will buy it. And it's like, I understand that. And every time I do anything, I understand there's a possibility of failure. But for me, I don't know. Like, I get this one life, and I would rather fail and know that I failed than wonder what would happen if I tried. And also, I just think, I don't think things have to be as difficult as people like expect them to be. Like I know so many people that want to do something and they don't. It's like I don't really think things have to be that hard. I think you just do things because you want to. And that's really how I feel like store for business and the clothing brand and everything that I work on. I really just do them because that's what I want to do. Like even if my goal is obviously to make money and quite frankly to make a lot of money. But I really just do them because I think they're fun to do. And it's like if I make money, that's great. Like I made money. Everyone likes money. But if I don't, I had fun doing it. Like this video, it's like I'm not gonna make anything off of it. And that's fine because this is just what I want to do. And I don't know, like I think business, and I've always said this, but I think business is the most fun thing in the entire world. And it's just fun to be a part of like that world. It's how I feel about like investing too. Like I started investing last year, putting as much money as I possibly could into a stock market. And basically, I had to pay rent, I had to buy groceries, I had to pay all my bills, and everything else went to the market. And it still is like that. But it's like, I did all that. And obviously, I wanted to make money, and I do. But it's like, I don't know, like really my favorite part of it is just being a part of that world, like being a part of like the investing world where it's like you're putting like money into it, like you're making money. You're getting to like all these like different like investing groups, like you're talking about the stock market. Like because I started investing, I'm in so many group chats just like talking about the stock market. Like I'm, on so many different communities where the whole point is discussing what stocks to buy. And because I find business so entertaining and so much fun to do, it really is amazing, like being a part of all that. And I really do think, especially with like a lot of different like business projects, I feel like people care too much about the results sometimes. And I need to like clarify, I'm not talking about people who like need to make a certain amount of money to like feed their family, anything like that. I'm mostly talking about people in my position who are in college pursuing business and are creating fun side projects. Like because the reason I'm speaking of that is because that's a lot of what I see is people developing like all these projects, and I feel like what happens is they'll do it. A week will go by or a few weeks will go by, and they haven't made like a decent amount of money. So instead of like sticking with it because it's what they think is fun, they just abandon it and they go to something else, and then like the cycle repeats. And I remember when I first started cwtbusiness.wordpress.com, which is my blog, and I first started making, blog posts, like the first like five, like no one read. Like I got like 2 views on like each blog post. And it was discouraging. And I also like realized it was going to take a long time for me to ever get in a place where I could make a substantial amount of money. And it did. But I also realized that creating that blog was a lot of fun for me. And it didn't matter how it did because I was just having fun doing it. So I kept going. I also created a podcast, I also created this channel, which this channel still makes no money at all. But like with my blog and podcast, I kept working, I kept building upon it. Step 2 views started getting 4 views, and then 8 views. And it's like I kept, going, and eventually I got to the point where both platforms have been able to make revenue. And obviously that was the goal because like everyone wants to make money for the work that they do. But it wasn't really about that. It was just about having fun. And even though I have so many different business projects going on, and I'm having so much fun doing these projects. That's really what it's all about. I just want to have fun and build things, no matter what it is. No matter if it's I'm working, with a different business, or if I'm working on, a different content like platform. It's really just about having fun and like building things for me. Where it's like I just want to have fun, build a platform or build a product, like build a service, find customers, and that's really what it's about. Like obviously money is great. I need money to eat and have, this place to live right here. Because I pay for this place like completely myself. But like at the end of the day, it's just like I'm trying to have fun doing everything. And that's really like what it's about. Like everything I do, it's like I have financial goals, but it's just about having fun. I find getting customers fun. I find doing different marketing campaigns and like marketing strategies to see how many people I get on different websites. It's just fun to do. And like at the end of the day, I'm just having fun doing business. And really that's what it's all about, especially if you're doing like the kind of business that like I'm doing, where it's like you're creating like with the CWT media, where it's like you're creating like a ton of content and then like selling different like product stuff too. I really think you have to have fun with it. Well, actually, both of them really, even CWT business development, you have to find, taking these small businesses and like developing them fun. Like a lot of times, like I'll tell, different like friends and everything about the work that I'm doing. And, they're like, that sounds awful, like taking these small business, like the stress, because they're like, what happens if like the small business fails? They're like, I'm partnered up with. And yeah, that could happen. I think it's something like 90% of small businesses fail completely. And I'm trying to do too. But when I take these small businesses, yes, there's a chance they fail, but that like to me, it's just fun trying to prevent that. And because there's a chance of failure, it only makes it that much better when you actually succeed because you didn't have to do that and you just did because you did it right. And that's really what I have to say on that. This is kind of a short live stream, but I kind of just got bored and I'm procrastinating homework, so I was like, might as well go live. But that's what I'm working on. Clothing brand will be, relaunching soon. My new like digital like how to make money through content, guide is coming out. It'll be launched soon. And like I'm just really fun to do all this. So thank you so much for watching this video. Had a ton of fun making it. And I'll see y'all soon. Subscribe, turn the notification bell on, all that stuff. And bye.